The mitzvah of Kavod and Oneg Shabbos. As part of the series discussing laws relevant to Erev Shabbos, it's of importance to emphasize and go through the detailed laws of the mitzvah of Kavod and Oneg Shabbos in order to properly understand the necessity in what and how to prepare for Shabbos. The mitzvah of Oneg and Kavod Shabbos is the mitzvah of pleasure in Shabbos and respect of Shabbos, and is the beginning of Shulchanaruchharav in chapter 242 regarding the laws of Shabbos. Al-Teba writes that these two matters regarding Shabbos were expounded on by the Nevi'im, the mitzvah of Kavod and the mitzvah of Oneg. It's learned from a pasuk that's brought down in Navi, the Karasa l'Shabbos Oneg. The Karasa l'Shabbos Oneg Liklesh Hashem Mechubad, the pasuk brought in Yeshaya. That from there we learn the mitzvah of Oneg and the mitzvah of Kavod as brought in the pasuk. Some opinions say that these two mitzvahs of Oneg and Kavod are really rooted in a mitzvah min ha-Torah, meaning that they're really a biblical command to do Oneg and Kavod Shabbos. This is learned from the words Mikrai Kodesh said regarding Shabbos, which literally means a calling of holiness. However, the Chachamim learned that the words Mikrai Kodesh, a calling of holiness, is coming to teach us that one is to sanctify and honor Shabbos with clean clothing and through pleasurable foods and drinks, hence being a source for the mitzvah min ha-Torah, Kavod and Oneg. This follows the ruling of the Sefer Charedim. However, there are opinions, which is the Tosfos and the Maril, that say that in truth these two obligations do not have any biblical root and they are completely of rabbinical origin. They say that the words Mikrai Kodesh is simply coming to teach us that you have to sanctify Shabbos regarding work, not to do work on Shabbos, but not regarding the precepts of honor and pleasure. Nevertheless, Al-Teba concludes after bringing these two opinions that even according to the latter opinion, one must be very careful to fulfill these two obligations of honor and enjoyment of Shabbos, as rabbinical precepts are of even more severity than biblical precepts. Practically, the Halacha, although in this chapter the Al-Teba does not arbitrate like whom we rule, in chapter 529, Halacha 5, in the laws of Yontif, the Al-Teba clearly writes that the mitzvah of Oneg and Kavod is a rabbinical precept. Al-Teba then concludes that whoever fulfills the mitzvah of Oneg Shabbos is rewarded, as is explicitly mentioned in the prophets, that he will merit Oz Tis'aneg al Hashem, that he will merit to be able to bask in pleasure of godliness. And Al-Teba then states that furthermore the sages state that whoever performs the mitzvah of Oneg Shabbos, all his sins are forgiven, he is safe from the judgment of Gehenna. This is a very strong conclusion that the mitzvah of honoring Shabbos can actually bring one forgiveness of all his sins and save him, Nitzul Medina Shal Gehenna, save him from the judgment of Gehenna. The source of this statement is in the Gemara in Shabbos. The Gemara in Shabbos states, Omer Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Omer Rabbi Yechanan, Kol HaMeshaber Shabbos Kilchosa Filu Oved Avodah Zarah Kado Enesh Meichel Lei. The Gemara in Daf Kuf Yud Ches in Shabbos says that even if someone served idols like the generation of Enesh, if he guards Shabbos properly, he is forgiven for all of his sins. In this halacha, the Al-Teba brings us specifically regarding one who respects Shabbos and honors Shabbos and fulfills the mitzvah of Oneg on Shabbos. So, seemingly this is a very puzzling statement to say that someone can do all the sins in the book and simply guard Shabbos and be forgiven. So, the Taz on the Shulchanaruchharav in this siman actually answers this question, and he states as follows. When a person does tshuva for an avera, he usually has to receive a certain refinement of the soul through yisurim, through suffering. A person who does tshuva, Shabbos, the Oneg, and respect that a person pays to Shabbos, that itself can refine the soul and take place of yisurim. That's what it means when the Gemara says, Meichel Lei, that his soul is cleansed of any blemishes if he does tshuva. But if the person doesn't do tshuva, then ein Meichel Lei. The Alter Rebbe in the Likutei Torah has an interesting mimer explaining how on Shabbos is a day where the essence of the neshama is revealed, is given. That's the present, the neshama yeseda, the extra neshama. And it is due to this that on Shabbos, Hashem forgives all of a person's sins if he keeps Shabbos properly and doesn't do anything to avoid the holiness of Shabbos from befalling upon him. As this is similar to like the day of a wedding, when the father is so close to his son, even if his son has sinned against him in the past, he totally forgives it and forgets about it. And so too is the day of Shabbos, which is a day of closeness between us and Hashem.